Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin Hippo. Today is Monday, November 25th, and because it's a Monday, that means that it's time for What Sold on eBay. Not a whole lot of anything, guys. We're going to skip the portion of the What Sold video that I normally do in the beginning, where I show you the photos of our packages that we ship out each day that I take for Instagram. I've been really bad at keeping up with those. I've been taking the pictures every day, but for some reason I keep forgetting to put them on Instagram. I don't know if I'm like subconsciously forgetting because the piles are so sad or what's going on, but I've been taking the pictures and I just keep forgetting to put them up. And I intended to do one Friday for the full week, and then I forgot. Suffice to say that we're below 0.5% sell-through rate most days. And typically, outside of Q4, we stay at a 0.5% sell-through rate, usually higher than that on weekends. Sales tend to go up. And in Q4, we should definitely be at like a 1%, but we're barely hitting 0.5, if that, most times. Overall, for all of our items, our remotes are sitting at 2% sell-through rate, so thank goodness for those. We'll talk a little bit more about the remotes at the end. If you don't know what I'm talking about, stay tuned, and you will. So we're going to skip the photos of the packages. I'm going to do my best to remember to post the photos all week this week so we can put those in next week. I like to do those because they hold us accountable. Keith and I have an easy way to go back through and see where we were at and what our volume was like on any given day. And plus they're fun to take. I like to pose the hippos and I think they're cute. It's like kind of part of our brand now. But I've been really bad about keeping up with that. So let's just jump on into the plush. Let's do the plush first because they're my favorite. You guys are looking at Woody, the sheriff from Toy Story. I bought a bunch of Woodies at a neighborhood yard sale towards the end of the summer. I bought out all that they had. They were all $1 a piece. And this particular one sold for $15. And he shipped first class in a poly bag. This Easter bunny sold. That just goes to show you that all things sell all the time. Sell an Easter bunny plush right around Christmas, right? This is a Hello Kitty tie. She was 50 cents at the Goodwill. And she sold for $11 and shipped first class in a poly bag. Now you're looking at a Toys R Us snake. 50 cents at the Goodwill. Kind of a cool snake if you look at him up close. He's got guitars printed on him. He's pretty neat looking snake. For 50 cents. Picked him up mainly because he was only 50 cents, but also because he was Toys R Us. And Toys R Us is out of business. This snake sold for $19, and he shipped first class in a poly bag. Now you're looking at a Minecraft plush. This particular one is an ocelot, and it is a Mojang brand. So I wanted to bring that up with you guys. If you find anything Minecraft, whether it's plush, figures, shirts, anything like that, make sure that the tag is the official brand for Minecraft, Mojang. They will crack down on you if you have Minecraft items up that are not the official Mojang. So just be careful that you look for that. And this particular guy, I accepted a best offer of $7 on. He's been around for a while. He only cost 50 cents. He weighed like 2 ounces. So he shipped first class in a poly bag. This Boyd's Bear came from a yard sale last summer, where the yard sale where I picked up all the Boyd's Bears, the Hard Rock Bears, and all of the Winnie the Pooh plush. They all came out to 77 cents a piece. This one sold for $10. He's been around for over a year, so that was fine. And he shipped first class in a poly bag. Now you're looking at Bart Simpson. He came from the Goodwill. You can see where his sticker was. Kind of didn't all the way come off. He was $1.99 at the Goodwill. when we were going through our inventory, which we're still kind of doing once a year at least, usually in Q4 we start going through our inventory just to double check and make sure that everything is still listed, and if it's not, get it back up. I recommend everyone do that once or twice a year. Anyway, we went through our Plush and we reorganized our system and how we store them. I found a lot that weren't listed, and I don't know if they just fell off eBay or what happened, but Bart was one of them. I know I got him like a year ago, and he wasn't listed, so I got him up, and he sold within like 2 weeks of being listed for a best offer of $14.40. So, I guess, you know, if he had gone up when I first got him, he would have sold that fast. But things do fall off or things get overlooked, so I do recommend people go through their inventory. Just wanted to put that out there. Because Bart's not the only one I found that I listed that sold pretty quickly. Some clothes items too, and Christmas items, hard goods. Anyway, Bart was $1.99. He sold for $14.40, and he shipped first class. He had to go in a bigger poly bag. This Funko Pop T Star Wars Rogue One is, I can't even remember. It's been around for so long. I think it came from our cherry pot. Our Honey Pot thrift store that we used to shop at, that's been closed since July of 2018. I'm pretty sure it came from there, and it was 99 cents. It's been around for a long time. It finally sold for $15.20. I think it sold because there's a new Star Wars movie coming out in December, and it's new in the box, so someone bought it for someone as a gift that's a Star Wars fan. Maybe they'll wear it to the premiere, but anyway, it's been around for a while, so I was glad to see it go. We just wrapped it in some bubble wrap to protect the packaging and then put it in a poly bag, and it was first class. This Brooks Brothers blazer has been around for quite some time. If you can tell by the background. We used to have a cloth background instead of the paper that we use now. And you can see the lines in it if you look closely. That's what we used to use before the paper. This came from the same Honey Pot store, so it's pretty old. It's Brooks Brothers, 100% wool. It's a nice blazer. It was 99 cents when I got it. I guess because it was a size 6, it was a bad size or small size. It sat for a while, but it did finally sell for $28.36, and it shipped in a padded flat envelope. These loafers, I had a brown pair and I had a black pair, and I believe they came out of the storage unit. We had a local reseller near us that went out of business because she was moving to Germany for a job. I believe these came from her. If so, they were $5 because I gave her $5 for every pair I picked out. And they sold for a best offer of $30, and they paid shipping on top of that. These Chico's jeans, they've been around for a while. I have a rule now when I source Chico's. I only get the So Lifting or the So Slimming line. I don't pick up any other line of Chico's anymore. They just sit. They still go for 20 to 25 bucks, but they sit for a long time. Whereas the So Lifting and the So Slimming literally will fly out the door. I did get these because they were 99 cents. They were boyfriend. Now, boyfriend jeans are popular, so that may be an exception I would still make today. Plus, it had this cool sequin patch. So I thought, well, they're boyfriend. That's a popular style or silhouette or whatever you want to call it. And then it had the patch. But they did sit for quite some time. But they sold for $23.47 and shipped in a padded flat. White House Black Market jeans. Good bread and butter brand, guys. These were 99 cents at the Goodwill. Size medium. Skinny leg. They sold for $23.47 and they shipped in a padded flat. These cute pinup shoes. These came from a church sale stuff-a-bag, so they were like, I think everything in that trip that we made, we went to 2 churches that day. One was as much as you can cram in a bag, and one was as much as you could put in a box. We counted all our items that day, and everything averaged out to like 75 cents a piece. These had a little bit of damage right there on the toe, you can see it. But they were super, super cute. These are something I would have worn back in the day when I had a job and I had to dress business casual. I used to wear sundresses and shoes like this, believe it or not. But yeah, these are really cute. I did absolutely pick them up. I got as much as I could in those bags. Longtime viewers may remember that haul video. Anyway, 75 cents, sold for a best offer of $25, and the buyer paid shipping on top of that. And they shipped priority and a shoebox. Donald Trump tie. This one came, I want to say, from a church sale, and it was $1 or $2. There was a church sale we went to at the beginning of the year, and they had a bunch of J. Garcia and Donald Trump, and we grabbed them all up. And they were not expensive at all. It was probably $1. And it sold for $30. So you guys, keep your eye out for these Donald Trump ties. They are money makers. They do sell for good money. This one sold for $30 and it shipped first class. It weighed like 2 ounces, so it was nothing to ship. We put it in a tiny little box. Our more expensive ties, we roll into a nice roll, and we put into a Ziploc bag inside of like a 4x4x4 box that we get from the Boxery, and put a business card in on top. Sometimes I'll wrap them in tissue paper even and put that in there. And then ties that are like under 15, 20 bucks, we'll just roll into the bag and wrap that in tissue paper into a poly bag. But these more expensive ones, we take a little more care with them, put them in a box and everything. So $1 and $2.30 was pretty good. Keep your eyes out for these ties. Here's my favorite brand of men's jeans. You guys that have been watching or been around for a while know I talk about these all the time. The BKE men's jeans with the names. There's Justin, Tyler, Derek. There's a lot. But if it says a man's name here and then it's BKE, you want to grab them. I will pay up to $7 a pair. I start them at $50, full well knowing I'm going to get $40 or $45 on a best offer. And that's why I start at $50, because I don't want to take below $40. This pair came out of our box that we got in July, the wholesale box we bought from a reseller in Texas that went out of business right before I went to eBay Open. And you guys might have heard me refer to that box before as the box that keeps on giving. Still selling stuff out of it. We have more than made our money back on it. It was an amazing box. Everything in that box came out to $2 and some change a piece. This pair of Justin BKEs, I took a best offer of $40 on, and they shipped in a padded flat. And now we're looking at some remotes. So if you're new to the channel and you are not aware, Casey the Rockstar Flipper and us, Keith and I, split an offer that we had offered to us back in September, where there were 6,000 remotes, and Casey didn't want all 6,000 for himself, so he called and asked us if we wanted it, and we said no. That's a lot of remotes. So we decided to split it. So the person we bought them from split them right down the middle, sent 3,000 to Casey and one Gaylord, and packed up another Gaylord of another 3,000 and sent them here to us. And out the door, we paid, I want to say it was just over $1,600. I'll actually put the video at the end of this. I'll have that video pop up if you're curious, if you haven't seen it before. I did film a video when the Gaylord came and talked about the remotes. They came out to like 52 cents a piece. So if you're curious, you can watch that. But anyway, we are still processing and listing remotes every single day. It's going to take us a while to get through them. But we are more than happy to process, clean, test, and list remotes every single day at this point, because they are the only thing consistently selling since Glitchapalooza, whatever you want to call it, when eBay did the update on the item specifics and closed the bottom fell out for clothing sellers. And they're claiming it's fixed. I don't think it is. No, I'm going to say it isn't. No, I don't think. It's not fixed. And ever since that happened, everyone's sales have tanked. The bottom fell out on clothing. This Q4 is pretty bad. It's not what it should be. But our remotes have been selling consistently. Like I said at the beginning, we're selling remotes at a 2% sell-through rate right now. 1.9, so I rounded up to 2. But 1.9% sell-through rate or 2%. Consistently all the time. So I am so happy that we decided to branch out and do something like that right before Q4. Now, the original plan was to have a Q4 like past Q4s, where our used clothing, our plush, our hard goods, our gift sets, and all of that stuff would sell at a 1% sell-through rate, and then we would add these in as a bonus to sell even more in Q4. That's not what happened. But I'm glad we did it because this has been carrying us through. We sold 18 in the past week, and I picked out 3 to show you guys for bolos. So if you're outsourcing, if you live somewhere where you can yard sale year round, if you have thrift stores that have remotes in it, church sales, things like that, keep an eye out for them. They're good sellers. They sell fast. Depending on the model and the brand and what it's for, remotes can go anywhere from like $7 up to $50 or $60. I picked out 3 of the higher end ones to show you guys, just to give you guys like a little bonus bolo, I guess. So hopefully maybe you could find some remotes and boost your sales right now. This is a universal remote. These are good. The universal remotes are good. So if you see these, pick them up if they're like $1 or less or whatever. They'll say universal on the back. This one sold for $17.99. This one is a Technics. So if you see anything like this, it's kind of small. It'll say Technics on it. That one sold for $24.99. And then this Onkyo. I butcher that name, but you guys know what I'm saying. Onkyo. It's got acoustic presence button. That's the model. It's a receiver remote, and it sold for $24.99. So if you guys are inclined, we don't keep this store secret. This is our public store. You can go into our solds and kind of look through our remotes, and if you wanted to get some ideas for bolos for remotes, you can see the model numbers and you know what you're looking for. But definitely look for these Onkyo receiver remotes, the Technics audio system remotes, and universal remotes. Those are 3 good ones. Those are 3 good bolos for you guys to look for that sell for good money. Oh, and all of our remotes we ship first class because they all weigh. We've had tiny ones that weigh like 2 ounces, and we've had larger ones that weighed 7 or 8. So they ship first class. What we do is we put a very small piece of bubble wrap around them, so like once a round of bubble wrap, and then they go into those yellow padded like bubble wrap envelopes, not padded flats that you get from the post office because those are flat rate priority, but like the yellow ones that are padded inside. You can get them from the Boxery, and they ship like that. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys those and just kind of talk about the remotes real quick. I know there's a lot of new subscribers and new viewers these days who probably are like, what does she mean when she talks about the remotes? And those of you that have been longtime viewers are probably tired of hearing about the remotes, but it is what it is. They're selling at a 2% sell-through rate, and they're the only thing that's selling consistently, and they are carrying us through Q4. Like I said, not necessarily the plan. These were supposed to be a bonus. These were supposed to be like something extra to sell on top of the normal Q4 sales. And this Q4 is just not, it doesn't feel like Q4. We're selling about how we sell in summer slowdown. So anyway, keep your heads up, guys. Keep listening. We got to come out of this at some point. Thanksgiving is this week. Maybe that's what people need. You know, people need to get through Thanksgiving, and that'll flick that switch in their head and give them that kick in the butt that, oh my God, Christmas is on the way, and then they'll start shopping. I don't know. But hopefully that's what it is. Thanksgiving was late this year, like a week later than normal. That's one of my theories, is that a lot of people need Thanksgiving to happen before they kick into holiday shopping mode. But that doesn't really hold too much truth with Q4, because in the past, sales picked up in October and continued to climb into November and continued to climb into December. And that's just not the case right now. But I don't want anybody to be discouraged. I don't want you guys to quit. I don't want people to feel bad. It's happening to everybody. It's not any one seller. This is across the board. Veteran sellers of 12 and 20 years that I know. are not having a normal Q4. People who sell clothing, people who sell hard goods, people who sell vintage, people who sell, I mean, I just know a lot of folks are being affected by this. So it's not you. You're not doing anything wrong. Just keep doing what you're doing. List every day. Stay active. Branch out to different platforms. Make sure you're diversified in the types of items you have. Don't just focus on one category. Branch out into other ones. Get on different platforms. Get those multiple streams of income going. Keep all of them active. Be active on all of them every single day. And we'll break through this. I'm hoping after Thanksgiving, we're all going to see like an increase in sales and what a true Q4 is. Let me know what you think down in the comments, guys. And do me a favor, hit the thumbs up before you leave. It does help the channel so much. If you're not on our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod, link to join is down in the description box below. Please join us over there. Great group of amazing people. It's a very positive group to be in. And we all need that right now more than ever. And I am offering store reviews and closet reviews only to group members right now. I'm not selling them anywhere publicly on social media or my YouTube channel. They're only open for the group members at a very special discounted rate for now through the new year. So you can get those in there. And you can just get some camaraderie and some friendship, because we all need that, right? Again, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already and you'd like to. Please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos across all social media. Until next time, you guys, have a good night. Go be productive. Go make some money. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Bye.